signal's about to be given.
Oh, I saw him. That's all. Yeah, they're walking in over here. Yes. Yeah, I'm good. I swear. Yeah, I think I've got everybody.
Okay.
I think I do. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, just make sure.
Thanks, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your caps for the presentation of the colors. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, there we are. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your caps for the presentation of the colors by the Springfield High School Air Force ROTC, and the Pledge of Allegiance by the Student Body President, Allison Beard.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
At this time, I would like to welcome Dr. Chris Causey, Director of Schools for Robertson County Schools.
Thank you. I promise I will keep this short, but boy, you guys look good. It's been a while. Thank you all for being here at this extraordinary ceremony. I do want to say before we begin, thank you to Springfield High School staff, their faculty, their administrators, building and grounds, and technology, because none of this would have happened without all of those together, along with all of our other supervisors that we have here. So if you don't mind, give them a round of applause, because otherwise this would not have happened. Graduates, we are very proud of you in a different way than we've ever been proud of any class ever. You are the first to graduate on this field. You all have not only fought through the normal academic rigor of a senior year, or the struggles of 4 years, 3 3/4 high school, but also seclusion, fear, and uncertainty. You have overcome, and you are here today, and because of this, your class will be remembered as the class that made it through this storm together. Robertson County Schools is honored to be part of your journey, and tonight we look forward in the future to what successes are to come. Parents, we thank you for your patience during all of this. I know it's been a little difficult, but we are being joined by over 200 folks watching this online, probably in maybe a cooler environment, but we're very proud to be able to do that, and we want to welcome them and thank them as well. We always thank you for the confidence that you've had in Robertson County Schools and our school system and our teachers and our administrators. But graduates, we are very proud of you tonight. You all have set that bar pretty high for a class that came together and succeeded together. Congratulations. Godspeed.
Thanks, and officially, I'd like to welcome you to the Springfield High School Class of 2020 Commencement Ceremony. I'd like to extend a very special welcome to all of our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, other family, and close friends for coming tonight. For the first time ever, as Dr. Causey mentioned, I am proud to welcome those of you watching from home as well. We're so proud to have you with us this evening, and our students would not be here without your help, love, and support. It's been quite a year for our senior class, and I know that I speak for our entire faculty when I say that we've been heartbroken for the past 3 months that our seniors wouldn't get to finish their final year of high school. I won't take up too much of our time this evening, but I do want to say that no matter how much time we've spent apart, there's no way to erase the memories or the love that we've shared over the past 4 years. Class of 2020, you're special, and I've been blessed to serve you. Thank you for allowing me to do so. It's been my honor, and with that being said, I'd like to welcome our platform guests. As I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Miss Angie Inman, Assistant Principal, Springfield High School. Dr. Casey Kuhn, Assistant Principal, Springfield High School. Dr. Mary Jo Holmes, Principal of the Robertson County Virtual School and the Robertson County Focus Program. Mr. Billy Vogel, Mayor, Robertson County. Miss Ann Schneider, Mayor, City of Springfield. Dr. Chris Causey, Director of Schools, Robertson County. Stephanie Mason, Assistant Director of Schools, Robertson County. Miss Connie Hogan, Board of Education, Robertson County Schools. Dr. Bob Pruitt, Supervisor of Secondary Education, Robertson County Schools. Mr. Mark Gregory, Supervisor of Career and Technical Education, Robertson County Schools. Dr. Grant Bell, Principal, Springfield Middle School. Miss Amy West, Principal, Coopertown Middle School. Miss Lori Smith, Principal, Crestview Elementary. Miss Angel Williams, Principal, Kreisel Elementary. Miss Tiffany Hyde, Principal, Coopertown Elementary. Mr. Josh Heinerman, Director of Transportation, Robertson County Schools. Miss Patsy Gregory, Supervisor of School Nutrition, Robertson County Schools. Miss Jessica Robertson, Austin Peay State University Dual Enrollment Liaison. Thank you all so much for being here this evening. Also, special guest, Mr. Chad Deal, Youth Pastor of Bethlehem Baptist Church and Character Coach for Springfield High School football. At this time, I'd like to invite to the podium this year's Senior Class President, Morgan Doris, to address the Class of 2020.
Good evening. On behalf of the senior class of 2020, I would like to welcome family, friends, faculty, and staff, and those watching online to this monumental graduation ceremony. Graduation is a time to celebrate accomplishments, memories, and the end of a chapter, but this graduation seems to hold a little bit more importance. As I stand before you today, I can't help ask myself, why? Why us? Ever since we were little, we dreamed of being seniors, not knowing what our future would hold. And here we are, the class of 2020, experiencing anything but a perfect vision of what this year should have looked like. We learned to embrace events that we missed out on, but welcomed opportunities to do new things. Seniors have been recognized all over TV and social media as future leaders and ambassadors. And most importantly, we can say that we're the first class ever to graduate on this football field. Thanks, Coach Wilson. When school started, someone told me that 2020 would be a year to make an impact and leave a legacy. So I wanted to keep in mind of this crazy year. So in January, I started something called 1 Second a Day, which is where you take a picture of something special each day. So today, I only find it fitting to remember this day with all of you guys. So we're gonna take a selfie. Everybody say cheese. Perfect, y'all see it on social media later. Class of 2020, we did it. And I don't mean graduating, I mean making history. Although we still have an uncertain future ahead of us, Joshua 1:9 says, "Be strong and courageous." And I think we should take those words with us no matter what path we decide to take. Some of us would say that we have missed out on the best days of our lives, but our lives are just getting started. So let's go out into the world and do great things, because I know for a fact the class of 2020 was not meant to be ordinary. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. At this time, I would like to welcome Dr. Causey back to the podium to present this year's Salutatorian Award.
Good evening again. On behalf of Senator Kerry Roberts and Representative Dr. Sabi Kumar, who are actually in session right now, trying to pass the budget and laws that will benefit Robertson County, I am pleased to announce this year's Springfield High School Class of 2020 Salutatorian Samuel Isaac King. Let me make sure. Have Samuel come up real quick. Just on behalf of Senator Roberts and Dr. Kumar, one of the things that I know that they always say is they vote on this every year, and you are part of history. This is part of history, but you are part of history. And you will be able to look it up one of these days with your children and grandchildren as the salutatorian and say, that was me. And that's a very proud thing for you and your family. So if your family are here and will stand up, let's give them a round of applause. I'll hold on to this until you're done, okay? Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I hope that tonight finds everyone well and happy. It is truly an honor to be able to address my class after these past few months. It has been difficult for all of us in one way or another, but the fact that you are all here and we are all together shows how resilient and devoted that this class is. It hasn't just been these 2 months that we have shown resilience. It has been all 4 years of our high school career. From freshman year, when we came to school, and because of the construction of this very field, the water line had accidentally been broken, and there was no running water. Or sophomore year, when we had to practice extensive evacuation drills, consisting of walking from the front of the school to the football field, only to be brought back in a few seconds after arriving there. Then there's junior year, which everyone agrees is the most stressful year, regardless of extracurricular mishaps. Finally, we arrived to this year, which has been full of rescheduling, cancellation, and a general air of being overlooked. But in all of these examples, even the last one, I hope we can look back and see that even if we felt slighted, now, in the present, we can see that we all experienced it together. And that has truly made us the strongest class I know. Although this is the graduation of the class of 2020, it would not be a true celebration if we didn't acknowledge the many who have supported and built this up throughout these years and throughout our entire lives. Starting with our parents and guardians who have led us and loved us our whole lives up until this moment. They have raised us, made us who we are today, and that is truly a difficult job. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Secondly, standing up here and grabbing our diplomas would never have been possible if not for the teachers and staff that gave us the friendly, helpful environment that allowed us to thrive and become not only educated, but well-rounded people as well. From Mr. Vaden, inspiring me to read on a regular basis, to Ms. Kilkenny, who has one of the best teaching methods I have ever seen. Each and every member of the faculty has left an impact on my life that has shaped me into who I am. Lastly, in the round of thanks, I would like to thank you, my peers, for not only being there for each other, but for providing me entertainment as well. I can't tell you how many times I've come to school feeling awful and came home with another story to tell about how the freshmen were making TikToks in the cafeteria and got phones banned again. Each and every day, surrounded by my peers, gave me some entertainment, and I'm sure I gave entertainment to some of you as well. You can ask Savannah or I, the hardest part about writing this was what we would say to our class. It is incredibly difficult for either of us to put our sadness and longing for more into words. We've all wanted to say our goodbyes. We've all wanted a senior walk. For when we left at the start of spring break, none of us knew what could have happened. In this ceremony, I hope that everyone can finally get a sense of closure, once and for all. Throughout the good and the bad, we have all stuck together as a class. Without each other, the last 4 years would have been like the last 2 months. While some of us may not have noticed it, or have chosen not to be a part of it, we have all pushed through high school as a group. And it is this group that stands here today that will take the final steps together into the rest of our lives. Whether we go into the workforce, university, or the armed forces, we will all be remembered as the class of 2020. Our group will hold this bond for the rest of our lives, whether we like it or not. I want everyone to know that when each of us take our diploma and walk in our separate ways, we will walk separately, together. While this year may have left us feeling forgotten, I can assure you we are not. All these people here, everyone watching from home, and people around the world for decades to come will remember us, the class of 2020, whose senior year was cut short but was not forgotten. Thank you.
Sammy?
Oh, congratulations, my friend. Wonderful speech. Appreciate it.
At this time, I would also like to welcome back Dr. Causey to the podium to present the valedictorian.
It is also my distinct pleasure on behalf of Senator Roberts and Representative Dr. Kumar to present the valedictorian of the class of 2020 of Springfield High School to Savannah Cherise Smith. Let's give her a round of applause as her family stands as well.
Good evening to my fellow classmates, the Springfield High School class of 2020. Freshman year, well, beginning of freshman year, if you would have told me that my graduation would have been held on our football field, I would have been very confused as to why I had been moved from Austin P to Boyce Smith. For the most part, our high school careers have been pretty unexpected. You might not have expected me here giving a speech. If you ever had a math class with me, you know I never learned my multiplication facts. I also cannot add or subtract in my head. But that didn't stop me from being up here. Also, nobody expected us to be the super unenthusiastic sophomore class who sat down for a whole pep rally. Nobody expected our class to carry teams to state championships or for our ROTC to compete in a national academic championship. Especially, nobody expected our senior year to be cut short. What makes the class of 2020 different isn't our unusual senior year or our killer Powder Puff team. It's our ability to overcome hardship and adapt. When we came into this world, the United States was recovering from one of the most terrifying events in modern history. Today, we graduate amongst a global pandemic which shut down our schools, our jobs, and our world. I'm sure I speak for most of us when I say I'm scared for what the future brings. I'm unsure of what God has in store for my life, and the unknown can be really frightening if you think about it too much. I know that our pasts have their own hardships, and I'm sure that our futures will have them too, as bad as that sounds. But I also know that our class, the class of 2020, is made up of strong and courageous people. People who don't back down in the face of adversity and stand up for what they believe in. People who overcome challenges. Some here being in the first in their family to graduate high school. I know that each and every one of us will one day come face to face with something we didn't see coming. Something that has the potential to break down everything we have worked for. However, I believe that each and every one of us has the tools and knowledge to overcome it and come out stronger. We are learners. We can see what other people have done and avoid the same mistakes. We are able to stand tall when it's hard and be there for people who need a shoulder to cry on. That's why I have no doubt that after today, once we have left Springfield High School for good, unless you are Mr. Baden and come back and work here for some reason. Just kidding, this is a great place. We will be equipped to take on our futures, whether they go according to our plans or completely unexpectedly. Thank you.
Savannah, congratulations.
Thank you, Savannah. At this time, I would like to recognize the students who have earned and maintained a 4.0 GPA throughout their high school careers. As I call your name, please stand. Allison Claire Beard. Morgan Grace Doris. Elizabeth Jane Funk. Savannah Alexandra Griffiths. Lauren Renee Holman. Allison Elizabeth Johnson. Samuel Isaac King. Laura Beth Seeley. Savannah Sharice Smith. These students have worked very hard to maintain that perfect GPA, and we are extremely proud of your accomplishment. This time, I would also like to recognize the top 10% of the class of 2020. As I call your name, please stand to be honored. Savannah Sharice Smith. Samuel Isaac King. Allison Claire Beard. Morgan Grace Doris. Elizabeth Jane Funk. Savannah Alexandra Griffiths. Lauren Renee Holman. Allison Elizabeth Johnson. Laura Beth Seeley. Willow Kaylee Hardister. Anna Kate Head. Janiyah Alexis Joyner. Evan Edward Dupiri. Olivia Grace Tejeda. David Austin Stiltner. Kaylin Jennifer Allen. Waverly Rose Brake. Marvin Lee Davidson III. Rebecca Elizabeth Dean. Abby Morgan West. Cody Nathaniel Major. Francisco Wipe. Thank you guys. What an accomplishment. You are the top 10% of the class of 2020. For our guests this evening, this class has accumulated an enormous amount of scholarship offers. This year's senior class of 2020 has accumulated a total of $3.7 million in scholarships for continuing their education after graduation. Seniors, if you are a recipient of a scholarship, please stand and be recognized at this time. You may be seated. As we do in all classes, we've had several students who've signed to enlist in the armed forces. If you've signed to join the Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, Marines, or Navy, please stand at this time and be recognized. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Springfield High School, we have unique opportunities for our students to earn AP credits, dual enrollment credits, and we've got several students who've earned college credits while attending Springfield High School. If you are a student who has earned a college credit while being a Yellow Jacket here at Springfield High School, please stand at this time. Thank you very much. You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome Miss Jessica Robertson from Austin Peay State University to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jessica Robertson, and I'm the High School University Liaison at Austin Peay State University. I'm here today to recognize the extraordinary accomplishment of a student who has earned 60 college credit hours during his high school career. This student completed college courses in the subjects of English, history, communications, humanities, fine arts, math, natural sciences, and electives of his choice. I would also like to take this time to recognize the parents of this student who devoted their time and resources to ensure his success, as well as the counselors and administrators at Springfield High School who supported him on his journey. This student will walk across the stage today, not only earning his high school diploma, but also as a recipient of an Associates of Science in Liberal Arts from Austin Peay State University. Without further ado, please join me in congratulating Justin Whitman. Justin, please stand.
Thank you. At this time, I will present scholarships that we annually present at our graduation ceremony. The first scholarship is the Winford Miller Scholarship, and it's in honor of a former librarian at Springfield High School. The recipient is a senior who best utilized the library and contributed to the use of the Library Media Center this year. As I call your names, please do come forward. This year's award goes to Dalton Thaxton. The Peter P. Cost Scholarship is given to an outstanding senior in chemistry and physics who intends to pursue a college degree in this area. Mr. Cost taught at Springfield High School from 1946 to 1982. The graduating class of 1949 sponsors this award, which goes to Austin Stiltner. the Wayne Shoemaker Science Award is given by the Science Department in honor of Mr. Wayne Shoemaker. Mr. Shoemaker taught at Springfield High School until he retired in 1999. Throughout his entire life, he maintained an active interest in Springfield High School by keeping in touch with many of his former students and associates. The 2020 recipient of this award is Peyton Pilkington. The Boyce Smith, Austin, hang on one second. The Boyce Smith Scholarship is given in honor of legendary teacher and coach Boyce Smith. Coach Smith dedicated most of the years of his life to the students and athletes of Springfield High School. His former players have established a fund where a scholarship is given annually to the student athlete who excels in athletics as well as the classroom, and through their leadership proves to be a positive example to others. This year, the Boyce Smith Scholarship is awarded to Austin Stiltner. Congratulations to all the scholarship recipients and to the class of 2020. The senior class of 2020 was given the chance to select a Springfield High School faculty member who has made the biggest difference in their high school career to deliver the commencement speech. This year, the students nominated and selected Mr. Stephen Tidwell. Please welcome Mr. Tidwell to the podium.
All right, I'm also going to do a selfie.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it sideways. Oh, I can't see. Okay. Multiple selfies.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Staggs. Thank you, graduates, for the honor of speaking here today. This is honestly one of the greatest honors in my life. And I've had many great honors in my life. I graduated kindergarten. Of course, back then, that wasn't a thing. It was just the last day of kindergarten. But I was there. I showed up. I finished 4th in the county spelling bee in 5th grade, true story. And I once watched the first 5 Rocky movies all in one sitting. That was last week. But of all my amazing accomplishments, I want you to know I've not taken this honor lightly. And from this day forward, I will be instructing all the incoming freshmen and my family to address me as Sir Tidwell. I, like you, was once an esteemed graduate. When I was in your place in 1995, my dad was so proud when he heard I had broken into the top 300 of my graduating class. My dad cried that day. Not tears of joy, but tears of knowing that I was going to be living in his house for another couple years. And on the day I finally moved out, he cried the real tears of joy. That was also last week. I don't like hyperbole, so I'm going to give it to you straight. It is a well-known fact that this is the most outstanding graduating class in the history of mankind. Yeah. Full of accomplishments, superstar students and athletes, millions in scholarships, et cetera, yada, yada, yada. But what I appreciate about this class is your toughness, your common sense, your unbreakable spirit, all those unteachable qualities that epitomize you as students and as humans, individually and collectively. I like this word, grit. It's short and easy to spell. But gritty people have a little chip on their shoulder. They are willing to do whatever it takes to get it done, whatever it is. And gritty people fearlessly and tirelessly do what they have to do to get something done regardless of the circumstances. That defines this class. That is you, tough, gritty, my kind of people. When some of you walked into my class as scared, naive little freshmen, you had no idea you'd have to endure so much to get here. To witness the birth of 6 new iPhones and TikTok, but to endure the death of Vine and the concept of Bay and phrases like on fleek and lit. You had your true love, your cell phones, given to you freely as the cell phone policy loosened your senior year, only to have the underclassmen mess it up for everyone and you lost your true love again. You were given good advice and motherly love from Miss Inman and Miss Fields, only to have to endure Mr. Stagg's dry humor and Dr. Coon's whistle. Then, after working 13 years with nothing given, everything earned, you had an official goodbye, a senior walk, the last 3 months, and a myriad of special occasions, honors, all snatched out from under you at the finish line. But here you sit. You did it. You're ready. I have many things that I wanted to say to so many of you individuals. The list became too long. So I grouped you. So to all of you that did walk into my class as 14-year-old freshmen, I want to say to you one last time, the iceberg principle. To my TAs, thank you for everything and keep me posted on your lives. Don't be a stranger. And to the group of seniors that spent more time in my classroom during Fork Block last year than their actual classrooms, spilling tea and often aggressively debating various topics, you know who you are. You will be missed in B19 this year, but keep me posted on the drama. To my very studious third block seniors, put your cell phones down and pick up a book, please. Every once in a while, I'm going to miss you guys. To my writers, congratulations on the book. You can now put published author on a resume. I enjoyed every moment of it. And to this last very special group, to those of you that gift wrapped my vehicle last year, I'm still pulling tape off the Tahoe. I've got your names on a list right here. I have not forgotten. This is not over. And as I wrap up, I've had a lot of time to think about quotes and advice I'd like to give you. Sit around and think is all I've done since I finished Netflix. But I thought about the great philosophical and literary minds I could quote here today. Socrates, Hemingway, Tekashi 6ix9ine. And I was reminded of this class while watching an episode of The Tiger King. And the Tiger King said, and I quote, "You can see how they go from being so sweet to tearing your face off, just like that. And it's amazing." And what advice can I give you about the world you are entering when there doesn't seem like there are many good things I can say about it right now? And if I had some real advice to give you as you enter adulthood, it would be, don't go. Live in your parents' house for as long as possible and let them do the adulting. But as a teacher and a parent, I can't give you that advice. Nobody wants that. But seriously, this will soon be your world to inherit. Part of graduation is the old people turning the world over to you. I want to apologize on behalf of the previous generations for the world you are about to receive. We don't choose the era we are born into, and every generation has to clean up the mess created by the previous one. So I'd like to tell you two things. First of all, education is not something you finish. Ultimately, it is up to you to educate yourself, and it is a lifelong pursuit. And second, I do hope you move out of your parents' house and forge your own path. But remember, happiness does not exist without sadness. The triumphant times do not exist without the tumultuous times to measure them by. And there is no progress without pain. And along your journey, learn to embrace all of these times, all the terrible and wonderful experiences that make up your life, and understand that you can't have one without the other. And in the end, it's all part of the narrative that is the story of your life. So embrace all of it, because you're the author. It's your story to write, and I can't wait to read it. If any of you need anything, help with your essays or a job reference, I'm just an email away. Thank you, class of 2020. I'll never forget you.
Mr. Tidwell, well done, sir. It is an honor to share this podium with you this evening. At this time, we are getting ready to move into handing out diplomas, and Mr. Tidwell, it would be an honor to have you remain and help us with that. Dr. Causey, I have searched the records of the graduates here tonight, and I have found them all to have completed the requirements to graduate from Springfield High School as set forth by the state of Tennessee, Robertson County Schools, and Springfield High School. Dr. Causey, at this time, would you please come forward and confer the diplomas for this year's graduates?
When you look down, then there's nothing to say. You just kind of make it up, right? As the Director of Schools of Robertson County, on behalf of the Robertson County Board of Education and the Tennessee State Board of Education, I hereby confer these diplomas as they are given out.
Row one, please stand. Allison Claire Beard. Morgan Grace Doris. Samuel Isaac King. Savannah Cherie Smith. Bianca Rose Adams. Patrick Andrew Allery. Jordan Joseph Alisea. Kaylin Jennifer Allen. Alberto Reyes Angel Miranda. Joaquin Alberto Aragon Jimenez. Jaslyn Amador Velasquez. Keaton Tyler Armstrong. Emma Jean Asmondy. Jacob Ross Baker. Alonda Lashai Baloo. Javier Balthazar Gutierrez. Dontavius Mondes Barbie. Timarius Travarier Barbie. Alexis Marie Barrett. Janice Marie Beatty. Michaela Nicole Bell.
Owen Jair Betanco Artica. Samantha Noel Boone. Waverly Rose Brake. Aaliyah Renee Brown. Victoria Faith Brummett. Centavia Princess Lene Burr. Zanaya Buttram. Keontae Fashawn Carr. Margaret Faye Carroll. Perla Itzel Castro Batista. Sarah Angela Chamberlain. Brandon Michael Chowning. Olivia Ann Cooper. Shelby Taylor Crabtree. Grace Elizabeth Crouch. Olivia Page Cunningham. Marvin Lee Davidson III. Carlene Rihanna Day. Kristen Bell Dean. Rebecca Elizabeth Dean. Christian David Del Rio Guerrero. Karina Diaz Hijan. Leslie Sulema Diaz Morales. Alexis Michelle Dillingham. Julian Alexi Duarte. Madison Elizabeth Dubowski. Evan Edward Dupere. Julio Francisco Escamilla. Jaden Abigail Evans. Andy James Fabella Hipe. Ixaria Martrice Farmer. Joshua Enoch Finch. Cassandra Lee Francis. Briley Elizabeth Frace. Callista Ariel Fuller. Elizabeth Jane Funk. Mackenzie Taylor Fuquay. Freddie Alexander Gomez. David Gonzalez Perez. Chrissa Lee Goodfred. Caleb Wade Granger. J.C. Lynn Greer. Madison Allie Griffiths. Savannah Alexandra Griffiths. Nathan Ty Griffith. Zachary Miller Rains Grubbs. Krishan Tyleek Gunter. Corbin Perian Hagan. Randall Braden Harbert. Willow Kaylee Hardister. Anna Kate Head. Thomas Trevon Heath. Caleb Brian Henley. Luis Enriquez Hernandez. Emily Grace Highsmith. DeMarcus DeJuan Holman. Lauren Renee Holman. Tatrick Denzel Holman. Jaden Michelle Hoover. Tatrick. Francisco Wipe. Jerry Dwayne Halsey Jr. Callie Gwen Hunter. Caleb Brian Ingham. Madeline Geronimo Castillo. Allison Elizabeth Johnson. Keelan Monkeith Johnson. Amber Nicole Jones. Jeremy Cale Jones. Luke Prescott Jones. Janiyah Alexis Joyner. Samuel Lashley Kane. Nathaniel Irving Devontae Kendrick. Sinquarius DeMonte Knight. Derek Austin Colwick. Mason Carter Leach. Italy Lay. Dia Juliana Lerag. Layla Nicole Lerag. Maria Lorena Lopez Ambrosio. Dulce Lopez Mejia. Stephen Alexander Madrid Cardona. Emily Jasmine Mejeda Lopez. Cody Nathaniel Major. Eric Alexander Martin Martinez. Brandon Martinez Chavez. Denelson Humberto Martinez Martinez. Jose Armando Martinez Plata. Almost the whole name. Waleska Nayeli Matute Martinez. Maddie Danielle McBrady. Ashley Nicole Merritt. Caesar Abraham Morales Angel. Yoselina Morales. Yoselina Morales. Caleb Austin Morgan. Jackson Brent Morris. Jared Munoz. Marion Munoz. David Michael Neal. Joshua Isaac Nelson. Logan Ryan Nooner. Amber Elise O'Guin. Alondra Jasmine Ortiz. Katia Abigail Padilla. Jose Antonio Palma Ortero. Logan Christopher Parker. Dante John Amerigo Patterson. Danny Bohaneris Paxter Dominguez. Jordan Trey Payne. Abigail Grace Peach. Henner Perez Burdo. Okay. Jose Anibal Perez Chan. Leslie Viviana Perez Larios. Jennifer Lynn Perez Santiago. Katie Marie Peterson. Tavion Devonte Pettis. Peyton Wesley Pilkington. Thelma Edith Pinello. Riley Morgan Planner. Adeline Ponce Solis. Louis Ponce Barrera. Jimmy Saul Porter Jr. Bennett Lee Porter. Lakin Marie Pratt. Severiano Ramos Balthazar. William Kevin Ramos Calixto. Zieta Marie Reams. Gabrielle Rashad Reboyar Espinoza. Katie Lynn Rhodes. First name is Katie Lynn. Hannah Christina Richardson. Javarie Chambray Roby. Yonel Rodriguez Diaz. Jennifer Rodriguez Juarez. Ethan Hollis Rogers. Jordan Elise Rogers. Caitlin Elizabeth Roof. Samantha Blake Rory. Brianna Deshaya Monique Rose. Timothy Adrian Ruiz Suarez. Yosahandi Saldana Malabar. Devontrez Tamarius Sharkley. Anthony Ryan Sheets. Xavier Ethan C. Laura Beth Seeley. William Ray Smith, Jr. Lauren Nicole Smith. Madeline Grace Smith. Weston Dale Smith. David Austin Stiltner. Tinley Ray Strawn. Christavius Ishan Sunbear. Malaysia Danae Sunbear. Olivia Grace Tejeda. I said it right, too. Dalton Ray Thaxton. Alyssa Elaine Thomas. Makaria Cliche Townsend. Trinity Deshane Irie Trauber. Christian Steve Trujillo. Johnston Cole Van Vliet. Jose Antonio Velasquez Lemus. Rene Jr. Velasquez. Ireta Evelise Villatoro Gonzalez. Noah Harrison Waltz. Peggy Allison Watts. Destiny Hope Martin Weaver. Blake Bodie Welch. Kritisha Lavana Wells. Tavarian Jawan Wells. Abby Morgan West. Cavante Amari Deshaun White. Andrew Dalton Whitehead. Justin Ray Whitman. Ray Whitman. There we go. Catherine Taylor Wilkerson. Cameron Javier Williams. Kaya Shanice Williams. Cassie Brienne Williams. Zachary Allen Wilson. Madison Kaylee Winchester. Jemiah Latrice Woodard. Ruben Lawrence Wooten. Aaliyah Renice Rochelle Yates. Now our Robertson County Virtual School graduate presented by Principal Dr. Holmes Amari Nichelle Stewart. Now, Robertson County Alternative Learning Center Principal Tino Cheritano, who couldn't be here, presented by Dr. Holmes. Anna Patricia Gaspar. Cynthia Darlene Lee. Andrew Justin Vidal Shannon. Clywan Tommel Smith. Jacob Ryan Tao.
I'd like to thank all of our visitors for joining us once again this evening. As the graduates make their way back to their rows, I would ask that all of our other graduates also stand at this time. Class of 2020, at this time it is my honor to request that you move your tassels and officially join a long line of proud Springfield High School graduates. Class of 2020, class of 2020, I have one last thing to say to you. Always do the right thing. Love your families, love the people. Love the people. Check. Love the people in your communities. Always do right by your family. Always, always, always do the right thing. I love you guys. At this time, I am proud to present to our visitors the class of 2020. Congratulations.
Do we have music?
We do.
We have music?
Yep.